So I didn't play Little Nightmares until a few months ago, and it became one of my favorite horror games. And I didn't even know a sequel was in development or even existed until I saw a launch trailer for number 2 a few days ago. So I picked it up, and it has taken the place of my favorite horror game of all time from Resident Evil 7. This is a pretty long-awaited sequel since the first one launched all the way back in April of 2017, and it is a perfect sequel. It follows Mono and Six, which was the protagonist of the first game, and they make their way across the city, which is horribly strange with random ditches and architecture, and it has incredible atmosphere and terror. So without further ado, let's get into my spoiler-free review of Little Nightmares 2. So first I want to talk about the gameplay. The first game was all about making your way to escape the maw, encountering a few abominations that just want nothing but to prepare you to be eaten by the guests of the ship. And this game remains the same, but there's a lot of teamwork between the two children. Six will help you get to higher platforms you can't reach by yourself, or push objects that are too heavy for one person. And there are more creatures in this game, and they are even more horrifying than the other one. I won't show any of the others besides the hunter so you can be surprised by them, because it's a really nice element of this game, being surprised by the creativity of the creatures. I wasn't ever really scared by the ones in Little Nightmares, but the ones in this game scared the living shit out of me. There are also a lot of puzzles in this game, and they can get a bit tedious, and usually they're just to find a key or a power plug, but they're designed really well and are fine. It makes sense that they're there, and the game would feel really weird, and it would be just strange if they were absent. There is also a collectible you can find around the game. Instead of statues, it's different hats you can wear, like a bucket or a police hat, just a bunch of different varied things to wear. So the gameplay is honestly really fun and is worth every second of your time. The visuals are incredible in this game. I love the art style of the first one, and it's just as beautiful as that one. On ultra settings, it looks amazing and honestly sometimes breathtaking, and I think it could be nominated for Best Art Direction at the Game Awards this year. But to be fair, we haven't seen all the games of this year, and some of them could look even better, but I really like the art style. The character design is also fantastic. Mono looks like he's been in this strange world for a while, and Six looks like she's just trying to survive and gets any clothes she can. The monsters are also really creative and well designed, and they are really freaking unsettling, as most of the game is. All of the textures look great and all of the models are really detailed. If this game is one of the choices for Best Art Direction at the Game Awards, I will totally nominate it, unless Breath of the Wild 2 comes out. So I gotta hand it to Tarsier Studios. The art is incredible, and it is really just a treat to look at. The audio in Little Nightmares 2 is pretty incredible. All the sound design is really good and the music is very creepy. I can't really sample the sounds, but trust me, they're all very well done. And the music makes the experience way better with some really awesome tracks. And probably my favorite one is the Hunter's theme. There isn't really a ton to talk about since most of the soundtrack is ambience and it's pretty small, but just trust me, the sound and music is fantastic. So in conclusion, this game is so good. Totally one of the best horror games in the last year. I do think it's a little pricey for the length. I think 20-25 bucks would have been better since it's pretty short. It only took me around 5 hours to beat, but it's still worth your money and you will love it so much. It's a masterpiece in atmosphere and horror. It will scare you so much, but the gameplay is still super fun. Totally recommend it. 9 out of 10.